Ladies and gentlemen, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more Esports Talk. Today we bring you guys some clips and some tweets out there about the ongoing debate of Warzone and other games out there, whether they do involve skill-based matchmaking or not. What's been the ultimate culprit and killer, I would say, of a lot of games out there. Some games trying to do their best to actually compete with this. The Call of Duty genre has certainly been one of them. Fortnite certainly another, and the debate does continue. I will ask you guys all down below, what do you think a game can actually do nowadays to actually kind of try and appease to, or appeal to, I should say, the mass audience? I think, in my opinion, Fortnite's done probably the best any game really has with all the variety of game modes, eventually their own ranked mode as well, but eventually skill-based matchmaking always becomes a talking point. Nadeshot now took to Twitter. He's also talked about this in the past, calling out the Call of Duty name for, well, unfortunately enough, not having the lack of skill-based matchmaking. It's been an often discussion point, and now with the recent Warzone release, he actually accuses them of having skill-based matchmaking there, asking why not have no skill-based matchmaking, therefore you actually have casual players in the general game mode, have a second ranked playlist where if you guys want to play against increasingly ranked players or better players, well then you can join the ranked playlist. If you want to play against more of a general audience and viewer base and player base out there, then you have a no skill-based matchmaking generic mode. If you guys do not know, when it comes to skill-based matchmaking, several hints of it, what it is the better you get skill-wise, the more you're likely to get matched up against equally or, of course, growing skilled players as well. So the better you get, the better your competition or the people you play against also get. Oftentimes we see this, a game is initially released. A lot of these top-tier players out there, or streamers out there, they're melting through people, 20, 30, 40 kill games, and eventually weeks after, or of course Warzone, so early on, a couple weeks after, all of a sudden you're done melting because the people you play against have also seemingly, bizarrely even so, with 30+ million players in the game, have also gotten very, very good. It's actually what killed off a giant part of the Fortnite audience, is because all these streamers and personalities are leaving Fortnite because when they're trying to play against casuals and play for fun, they keep on playing against very, very sweaty other players, because as they get better, so too do the players they somehow play against. Does that make sense? And it's been an ongoing debate amongst all the top streamers and personalities and gamers and heck, even esports pros who are trying to play a fun game casually. What can these games do? If Fortnite has done all it can when it comes especially to the battle royale genre, they have done it better than most with all the variety of gameplay options, all the frequent updates, trying to keep people entangled in their game. Now Warzone has a chance to do something very similar, if not better, and will they actually do it? Now Nadeshot has also talked about this before in the past. He called out Call of Duty, although he did apologize because he knows some connections, of course, with the brand name itself, but he's been a pretty big proponent of this for quite some time, especially with a new game on the horizon, that being Valorant. We've had many videos and will in the future on this channel about Valorant. Here's Nadeshot talking about the similar thing that we've just talked about today several weeks back, but also attuning it to Valorant and the fact that Riot Games and Tencent could really make something special happen with a giant viewer base and player base, and if they do skill-based matchmaking slash a ranked playlist separately, or not having skill-based matchmaking at all with a ranked playlist, they have a real chance to penetrate this market.
Bro, imagine like your chat, like, because in TFT, didn't they just use the same?
Yeah, they use the same
rank system, and then I know they have the card game coming out. I don't know if that has a ranking system yet, but I think it's the best thing they could do is with how big those other games already are, since Riot is almost creating like this universe of games across all different genres. Talk about a really easy way to get your players from one to the other to understand a ranking system. There's no learning curve. If you play another game and you go to that one, it's the same thing.
I'll tell you what, I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, for me as a young man, I've talked about this on stream so much, and I've talked this in YouTube videos, so I'm going to sound like a broken record, and I'm really pretty much, it's like an echo chamber of what you just said.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm here today is because of how infatuated I was with my ranking in Halo 2. Like, there was a gauge that somebody could tell me, you are better than this group of players, and you can still be as good as these group of players. Like, there's a ceiling, but it's reachable.
Dude,
and
yeah.
And it's like, I was so obsessed with the way that my ranking looked in the lobby. Like, in Halo 2 is 31, 34, 37, 40, and then 43 and beyond, your ranking would change. But it was the colors and the way it looked next to my name and how proud I was of that. And for some unbelievable reason, like no shooting title in the last decade, besides maybe like CSGO, they've had these ranking systems, but the real good players don't give a that. They do like ESEA
For sure.
and whatever. What's the other one? Face it. No shooting title has done rankings really, really well. So not only like Valorant is in such a unique position, they have the entire world watching, right? League of Legends itself is big in North America, but it is massive in China and Japan and just
Korea,
the East
obviously.
in general.
Yeah.
And they are tailoring this game towards that. Like Fortnite was huge, but guess what? Nobody in Asia played Fortnite. And PUBG was huge, but guess what?
No in the U.S.
Everyone stopped playing it in the U.S. and everybody in Asia kept playing it.
Yeah.
So there is like a moment right now that is going to be a boiling point where it's like, from what I understand, the game is being created so that if whatever PC you have, you'll be able to play this game, and you can play it in any region. And I'm excited about Valorant. Give me this
Dude, I just want to get my hands on it just to like try it out.
Dude, I'm getting amped up.
3-piece.
Developers, if you ever make a game, now look, some people don't care about rankings, but if you make a game that is meant to be competitive in the way that it's played, and you don't come to the table with a robust ranking system, you're doing yourselves a disservice, and there's no point for you to make this game. Call of Duty, if I play one more year of skill-based matchmaking, and you tell me that there is going to be a ranking system, and then you give us a practice CDL setting playlist with no rankings, you're idiots. You are idiots.
Apex of all games honestly had one of the better ones in recent time with the Predator rank. Like it's cool. Like when someone drops it in their Predator and it shows where they are, it's actually badass.
That's terrifying.
I would like I'm calling you guys idiots. I have a lot of friends at these devs, and every year you guys still sell a ton of copies. So what the I know.
So I don't know. At this point in time, hood's up. At this point, I really don't think there's a perfect game ever out there. If I was to try and test for a few games out there, but again, when it comes to several genres, it's like between game genres, what are you going to do, right? These are battle royales. It's very hard to have 70 to 150 players in there, and maybe when it comes time for the rumor of Call of Duty wanting to sell copies and wanting to appease to the casuals, if the casuals want to play against very bad players, then having skill-based matchmaking is great because they will always be bad and always play against bad players, and even if they do improve a little bit, it's not going to affect their gameplay too much. They are protecting their main and general audience. I would say games that actually do it very well in terms of having a great ranking system would be games like CSGO and League of Legends, but they also have casual game modes where there is no presence, in my opinion, I haven't done detailed research, of actual skill-based matchmaking. If you want to play matchmaking in CSGO, if you want to play ranked in League of Legends, you can do that all you want, but you can also then play casual modes like ARAM or URF or whatever League of Legends is offering, or hostage maps and deathmatch for CSGO, where you get a wide variety of talent no matter what. No presence, at least in my opinion, of skill-based matchmaking in those two titles, and hey, by most accounts, those are the #1 and #2 esports and games in the entire world, so maybe they're doing something correctly, although, albeit when it comes to battle royales, it's so different, right? If you're trying to sell copies, albeit it's also free for Warzone, but if you're trying to sell something down the line and trying to appeal to a gigantic player base as a newer game out there, maybe you do want skill-based matchmaking a little bit so the casuals enjoy your game more. It's an ongoing, widespread debate. You guys, of course, can leave your comments down below. What can Warzone do? What can Call of Duty do? What can any game do to try and combat the constant complaints and needs and wants of pros, personalities, viewers, anyone out there? I don't think we're ever going to see a perfect game. We're going to see games try to be perfect, and we'll see which ones do it best. Until next time, take care, drink your coffee. I'll be back here because they keep me imprisoned here.